Hello YouTube world! How is everybody? My name is Robin Weldy and I am going to be showing you how to do your base face makeup and work with those wrinkles or crepey areas that you may have. So let's get to it, shall we? This is actually my first video that I'm doing right on YouTube. Everything else I've uploaded from Facebook. And so we'll see how this goes today. I'm trying to keep these bangs out of the way. So I'm just gonna give myself some foundation box here. Just all over my face. And then I'm going to use this brush, which I call the magic wand. Ta-da! This brush is life-changing, y'all. So I'm just gonna put this here, there, and everywhere. And my sleeping dog just woke up and just came in the room. I don't know how long this is gonna last because when he is up, everything has to stop and it's the Teddy show. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi, Teddy? Say hi, come here. Oh, he's stretching. He just woke up from a long nap. Come here. Come up here, you wanna say hi? Oh, there he is. Hello, hello, did you have a good nap? Yes? Okay, go lay down. Go lay down, let mommy do her video. Good boy. That is Teddy. Teddy is a star of his own, you guys. He's got his own Instagram. He is quite the crazy pooch. And he's in a coat because it's cold here where I am. And he is a Vizsla. And Vizslas don't have undercoats and they don't have much fat on their bodies. So they get cold really, really easily. They're very muscular. So I'm just adding a little bit of extra foundation in those problem areas that I have. And if you have them too, which I'm sure as we get older, we all need a little extra here and there to cover spots, hyperpigmentation, things like that. But here's where the trick comes in. I'm gonna take a beauty blender and I'm gonna wet it. And I'm dipping it into a thing of water here at my little beauty station. And then I wring it out so no more water is gonna come out of here. And then you just roll that on your crepey areas or wherever you have a lot of wrinkles or dryness. You don't want it so damp that you liquefy the makeup again. This is just adding a little bit of moisture back in if you have any spots that you didn't blend real well the first time around. This is just gonna help those spots to blend out a little better. And if you're like me, you need a really strong mirror to see what the heck you're doing. So I have some pretty deep crevices on right here. So I like to really make sure that I melt that makeup in. And then here I'm starting to get lines that go both ways. They'll go this way and this way. So I like to spend a little extra time making sure that I really have that makeup in there, melted, and that it's not just sitting on top or making those wrinkles look worse. All right. Next I'm gonna do some contour. Now contour is really good for helping things disappear or to help accent things. So I want my cheekbones to appear up and perky. So I am putting this below my cheekbones to create a shadow. And it's gonna just make my cheekbones look like they're even higher. And then I'm gonna camouflage this right here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right on that spot. I don't wanna get it here because I don't want that to look more recessed because it'll just give me more of a puppet marionette kind of look if I did. So I'm just putting it on that point right there And then you want to go underneath and create that shadow again. So it's going to give the illusion that you have a nice tight neckline. And then I don't want my chin to look quite as long as it is. So I'm just going to put some extra shading on the end of my chin and the top of my forehead. And this will get blended out, so don't be scared that it looks wackadoodle right now. I'm also gonna do my nose. Not so much to thin my nose, but to just make it look a little straighter, because my nose is pretty crooked. I have my camera positioned in such a way that it doesn't really accentuate how crooked my nose is, but trust me, it is. Okay. So I am going to just blend this out a little bit as I put on other color on my face and create balance. This will not be noticeable. And you always want to blend down your neck. And I'll do more blending later. So now I'm going to do some eyebrows. And I like to brush my brows up first because I have some bald spots between my hairs, and I really need to actually get this on my skin in some places where I have bald patches. So by brushing my brows straight up, it's just going to help me to better be able to hit my skin in those spots where I need to fake eyebrows. So this eyebrow actually aims more like this and it's lower, where this one actually is kind of more straight across. So I have to build this up. So I'm actually going to draw a line across the top very lightly. I'm just going to feather it. I don't want it to be obvious. And then I'm going to draw these other hairs up to meet that line. And I'm just trying to give the illusion that these are a little bit more even than they are. Most of us do not have identical eyebrows. So most of us do deal with this issue of trying to get our brows to kind of match up a bit. But think of them as sisters, not as twins. They're not going to be identical, but you know what? That just adds character. If everyone looked like perfect Barbies and we all looked the same, then where would the beauty be? The beauty lies in us all looking different. And everyone finds something else beautiful. Some people like blonde, some people like brunettes, some people like curves, some people like straight up and down. Everyone has a different preference as to what beauty is. And a lot of the times what women think is beautiful, men do not. We get caught up in these images of what the social media or the Kardashians tell us should be beautiful. And a lot of times men don't like that. So you gotta find out what you like, what you find beautiful, and that's what counts, not what the rest of the world thinks is beautiful. And it might take you a while to figure it out, but I urge you to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner. I've already done a little bit of lip stain because I was looking especially pale today. So I'm just going to try to get this liner as close as I can to my eyelash line. And that's just going to help thicken up those lashes and make them look even fuller. gonna do some bottom liner here, right along my lash line again. And you can see I'm using my pinky on my nose. That is called anchoring. And that's just gonna help me to draw a straighter line and get that where I want it. It's just gonna help stabilize your hand. You can also use the palm of your hand, but I tend to use my pinky. All right, let's do some eyelashes. Everything comes together once you do lashes. You know what, before I do lashes, I'm gonna do some eyelid primer. Also, before I started, I did put on sunscreen and I did use face primer. Face primer, eek, is just gonna help as I throw it. Face primer is just gonna help your makeup to stay put. It's just gonna stick to your skin better and just go on flawlessly. And it's just gonna help things to stay put. And the same goes for eyelid primer. Eyelid primer tends to be a little bit thicker. It also creates a barrier between your eyelid skin and the product that you're gonna put on so that your lids don't get so dried out. It's just gonna help everything to stay put a little bit better and longer wearing. My bangs, I have so many layers of bangs, which is new for me, and I struggle with flattening them out and keeping them out of my face while I put makeup on now. All right, so I did my eyelid primer, and now I'm just gonna put on a really light coat of eyeshadow that's really close to my own skin color. This eyeshadow is by Unique. It's called Discreet, and it's there. You can see a little bit better. It's really close to my own skin tone. And so I'm just gonna put that all over my eyelid. And that eyelid primer should still be a little bit tacky. And if you wanna do a full eye look, putting on a really muted color close to your own skin tone or just really neutral is going to help with that. Because if you put on makeup or eyeshadow and maybe you get like a spot right there, I'm sure we've all had that happen where it's really dark because you forgot to tap off your brush or there was just too much product in that spot, or you have a dry patch, whatever your story, you can buff that out, that darker color, and get back down to the base color. So it's just gonna help you. It's also gonna help that darker color just to kind of go on a little better. All right. And as you can see, that peachy, it's so fair, but the more I put it on, the more you can just start to see a hint of peach shine through. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara now. And that's when I need my really strong mirror here. And this mascara is by Unique. It is waterproof and it holds lashes like you would not believe. My lashes like to droop down. They don't stand up on their own. They don't like to stay put. Any added weight just makes them go right back down again. I think I inherited my dad's eyelashes. He used to actually look through his lashes. They pointed straight down. And so I've had a real struggle. The struggle is real, y'all. I've had a real struggle with finding a mascara that holds my lashes all day and that stays put, and this does. This is Epic Mascara Waterproof. And if you're interested, feel free to contact me. I can hook you up. Also, if you like this video, I do a lot of makeup tutorials I just started my channel. I've been doing videos on Facebook for quite some time. My page is public. You can find me there under Robin Heath Weldy, and I do a lot of, educational videos about CBD oil. I do a lot of makeup tutorials, just kind of general life ones too. And I like to build things. I don't have a ton of videos of me building things because I usually need to pre-record them and they take up space on my phone. It's really hard to do a building video live because it takes a lot of time. So it's not very practical. But it takes up so much space on my phone that I have to pre-record and edit those, and it's a bit of an undertaking. So I don't have as many of those as I would like, but I do like to build things, and I do hope to add more videos of my projects and showing people how to do stuff. So this is my mascara. I think it looks pretty good. I don't have the longest lashes and they're really wimpy, but this mascara somehow, it just really makes your lashes pop and look so long. All right. Let's see. While that's drying, I'm going to do a little bit of blush. And with unique blushes, you really need to go slow and build it very lightly. I'm going to blend that out. After you do everything, you want to blend. Blending is the magic trick, you all. And once I do my concealer, this will look better, but I like to wait until last or almost last to do that until I do an eye look. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a full eye look today because I don't know how long YouTube will give me for a video since this is my first one. I see a countdown happening. So I'm trying to make this a little bit faster than I usually would. All right, so I'm gonna just do a really neutral eye today. I'm going to use this color called Astute, or no, I'm sorry, it's called, Astute. It's a really light camel. It's really warm, very pretty. And on most people, this probably wouldn't really show up, but on me, it does because I'm so fair. So I'm just gonna kind of work that more on my outer corner and then a bit across and above my crease. And I do have some other videos on how to work with droopy eyelids, with droopy skin on your eyelids, which that's also called hooded eyes, and how to fake having a crease at all if you're so hooded that you don't have a crease in your eyelid skin, or just to make your eyes look more wide awake and like you don't have hooded, saggy skin. So you'll have to catch that video on my channel. All right. So I'd like to do a little trick where I take an angled brush and then I wet that. And I just get it dampened. I just use the palm of my hand to get most of the dampness off. And then I like to use a dark color. Today I'm going to use this color called Cynical. It's like a really peacocky, I don't even know what to call that color. Blue, dark blue with a little bit of hint of greenish shading to it. And then I just dip the tip of my brush in that, and then I'm going to use this as a liner. And I'm just going to go back over that line and beef up that line. And if you do have saggy eyelid skin, this is a much easier way to draw a little bit of a wing, a little wing thing. It's much more forgiving than using a pencil. See that? And I'm gonna just repeat this on the bottom, just stamping it along that line. And I just really like to draw that shape because I don't naturally have it. And it just gives your eyes a more upturned look. It just really makes your lashes look thicker. So I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes here. With my strong mirror again. It's really hard to do this in a way that you can see it because I can't see. All right, so now I'm going to add my concealer, and this is by Unique. It's our Touch Mineral Concealer, Touch Perfecting Concealer. It may separate a teeny bit in the tube. You just want to squeeze out the littlest bit, about the size of a pinhead. And it may come out separate, like there might be a little bit of liquid and then the product itself will be a little thicker. So you always want to make sure that you warm this up and that you mix it with your fingers, and then just really lightly pat it where you want it. And then I use whatever's left on some veins and hyperpigmentation and just try to use it to cover up spots that I don't want. And then I just do a little bit down the center of my nose. And then I push that up towards my lash line. Now it's hard for me to see again, so I like to use my magic wand, the other end, and my mirror, and just really make sure that's blended and pushed up as close as I can get it to my lash line. And down my nose, make sure that's blended. Okay. And then it may seem a little strange, but after you put anything like that on, any type of a cream or liquid, you want to follow up with a powder. And I love our powder. It has this mesh insert in the center, so it won't dump out in your bag or in the lid. You know, I'm sure we've all been there. You take the lid off and your powder just dumps everywhere. But this powder has light reflecting pigments in it, and it's just gonna help give you a really photo finished, beautiful look to your makeup. And it's just gonna help set it as well. And I like to do a little more blush, just because as you build the color on your face, you may realize that you need a little more blush because it's all about balance. And I look better with color under my eyes. So I just like to use whatever's left on my brush here and just go under my eyes and add a little bit of color there. Now the trend is to go really light and bright under the eyes, but I just don't look very good with that for some reason. So I feel like I need a little bit more blush. I just like the apples of my cheeks to really be colorful and stand out. But I will blend this again. It's all about blending. You don't want any sharp corners or harsh lines. I'm doing a really simple look today. Again, because I'm trying to play beat the clock here and get under 30 minutes. I can do a little bit more mascara here. I'm gonna do a second coat. I don't even know that I need to, I'm just extra, so I'm gonna do it. So if you like this video and you're getting anything out of it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Again, you can find me on Facebook under Robin Heath Weldy, or you can look me up. I have a Flip Your Life account as well on Facebook.